Hi guys, it's Michaela. So today I thought I'd come on and do a video about vanilla. This time of year I love vanillas, so I thought why not? But not just my kind of everyday standard, you know, quickly grab, don't have to think about too much type of vanilla. Not those. These are more standout vanillas. So I had fun going through my collection and just looking through and seeing what kind of special vanillas I have, because I do love the note. So not only do I have a lot of vanilla scents, I have a lot of interesting and more complex vanilla scents. So yeah, I've got them to show you today. Some of them, you know, some of them more popular than others, more widely spoken about. Others of them I am quite surprised that they aren't spoken about more. But yeah, I've got 13 to go through, lucky number 13. And yeah, let's get started. So I thought I'd start with Atlas Fever. I was lucky enough to get a factory bottle. So it's 100 ml, just like the normal bottle, but obviously it doesn't come in the standard packaging. Yeah, this is straight from the factory, which is obviously why it's in this very, you know, not as impressive packaging, very plain packaging. But this is a super expensive scent. I think it's going for over £300 now, so I'm so lucky and so grateful to have this that I got for pennies in comparison. Onto the scent, it's a very dry, woody scent. Definitely vanilla is very, very much present in here. I'm not sure how, but it has a lightness to it, but it's so potent at the same time. Like, I wouldn't spray too much of this. I think the beauty in this is when you know, spray it quite sparingly. Yeah, no longevity issues with this one, lasts all day. I'd say this is easily recognizable as a unisex scent. I don't think men would have any issue wearing this. It would suit them perfectly. There's a slight spice to this as well. So yeah, I thought there was pink pepper in here, but there doesn't seem to be any pink pepper in the notes, so not quite sure what's adding to the spice. Maybe the cardamom, but that's a really good one to kick things off with. Next we have one of my favorites. This is Magnificent Gold by YSL. Yeah, so this one's Magnificent Gold by YSL. This is another dry vanilla, actually. It's a very sweet vanilla, but it's very dry at the same time. I think I've described this one before as being quite aloof. Like, it's not a warm, inviting, or even friendly vanilla. It's one of those, it's a vanilla that you'd really, really like and you really, really admire it, but there's something about this that's it's not inviting at all. It's very standoffish. So I kind of see someone who I think this one would suit a very strong personality, someone who kind of is very comfortable in themselves. They don't care if someone likes them or not, and I can see this on them. I think the kind of cold facet to this is probably being kind of pushed by the musks that are in here. There's a lot of musk in here. That doesn't detract from the vanilla at all, but it's very, very noticeable, and it stops the vanilla from being thick in any way. I would never call this one a thick vanilla. There's some white oud in here as well, but it doesn't smell like a typical oudy fragrance at all. When I was buying this, the sales assistant said that actually white oud doesn't smell like the typical oud scents that you're used to smelling. So it's not heavy, it's not dark in any way, it's not a really sharp smell. She said it's just very, very pleasant, and it's a light woody scent. From what I'm smelling in here, I would definitely have to agree with that. So nice. There's saffron in here as well. Well, at least it's listed in the notes, and usually I can pick up on saffron straight away, but I don't in this one. So I think they've used the saffron in here with a very, very light hand, and I think that was a good decision. Oh, it's such a good scent. It's such a sophisticated vanilla. You could easily wear that every day to work, on a night out. You know, it's a good transitional scent through the day. It's really, really good. Okay, so next we have Woman in Gold from Kilian. So this one's a very, very dry, raspy scent. So the first three I've mentioned so far all come across quite dry to me. Didn't realise I was that much into drier vanilla scents, but hey ho. But maybe that's what makes them different to my other vanillas. It's very woody again. There's lots of rose in this one. There's quite a high dose, to me anyway, of geranium. I get a very kind of lemony, like citrus, but specifically lemony, citrus and peppery type smell. And I know that geranium can smell like that. So that's what I'm getting in here. I'd probably say even more so than the rose note. Definitely so nice. Very, very sophisticated. I'm treasuring it because I am now more than halfway through the bottle, so I've got to slow down on this one. Next is another one from Kilian. This time it's Voulez-Vous, you know the rest. This one's a very thick floral vanilla. And I mean thick. At least that's how it goes on to the skin. For the first good half an hour, 45 minutes, you know, if you've sprayed too much of this, you will know about it. It's just a very thick cloud of scent. Lots of ylang ylang, lots of vanilla, like I said. Yeah, very, very heavy at first, but then it does lighten up, like I said, after about the 45-minute mark, and it just becomes this beautifully smooth, ever so slightly delicate, flowery vanilla. Very, very womanly. Such a beautiful scent. Then next we have one of my favourites from Memo. It's Lalibela, of course. This one, again, surprise, surprise, another dry scent. This one's a funny one. When I smell it from the nozzle and I first spray it on my skin, I assume it's going to be quite light, quite woody. It's very woody, very musky, but it goes on quite light and dry. But once that vanilla and that coconut kick in, whoa, they are potent. Sticks around all day, like literally no longevity issues with this one at all. This is one of the most beautiful vanilla scents I have, and also one of the most stunning coconut scents I have as well. It's just so super wearable, as long as you're, you know, quite moderate with the sprays. It's not overbearing at all. As I said, it lasts all day. It's very pleasing to the nose. Other people will love the smell of this as well. Oh, it's just such a well done fragrance, and I love the portrayal of the coconut in here as well. It's much more kind of husky, more the outer shell of the coconut rather than just the coconut flesh. It's really good. And that vanilla doesn't take over, or, you know, it doesn't overpower the coconut or the other like woody facets in any way. It's just beautifully blended. It's just a stunning scent. The next, this is one of my recent acquisitions and definitely one of my newer favourite scents. Can't get enough of wearing this, especially now the weather's turned a little bit colder. You really see the beauty of this scent a lot more now. So this is Rosendo Mateu's number 5 in his kind of numbered collection. And he's described this as a floral, amber and sensual musk fragrance. So that's the kind of main smell, main vibe that you will get from this scent. I 100% agree with the sensual musk part. This is the most sensual fragrance I have ever smelled. Like, this definitely deserves all the praise that it gets. It's quite a thick vanilla and amber scent, but it's so classy, so sophisticated. It's so well blended. It's so good. It's just the most intoxicating smell. like the trail this leaves, it's just, oh my gosh. And the cloud of scent, like you would just literally just be smelling your wrists all day or smelling your jacket. Whatever this fragrance lands on, you will just want to smell it all day. Seriously. There's a slight darkness to this one as well. Like when I smell it, there's a hint of actually not a hint, there is quite a big dose of smokiness in here as well, and that really just adds to the sensuality of this scent. Like, so good. Like seriously, if there are samples of this going around, definitely is worth trying if you love a vanilla, especially a vanilla that's just a little bit different. Okay, and then we go on to a slightly different vanilla. I had a fun experience when I first tried out this scent. So I went to one of the department stores and I was telling them, look, I want a vanilla scent, like I just want to smell like a great vanilla scent. And then so we went through a few of them, then we went over to the Guerlain counter and went through, I think there was Bois d'Harmonie, which was really, really nice, but it smelled quite light on my skin, and it also smelled a little bit like, is it Louis, the one in the black bottle? And I think I preferred Louis a little bit more, but not enough to buy it. Then we went through, I think it was Queer Beluga. Again, that's nice, but it's very, very light. Then we landed on Angélique Noire. The sales assistant was like, try this. You say you want a vanilla, but it seems like you want something that's not just a vanilla. It's got a bit of personality to it. It's a little bit different. So I was like, okay, fine, give it to me, I'll try it. And I remember catching a whiff of this in the air. I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh my gosh. I just knew, I thought I knew instantly that I wouldn't like it. So she handed me the strip and I was like, yeah, no, not this one. So I handed it back and she was like, no, try it on the skin. And I was like, no, thank you, not at all. And she was like, no, seriously, it changes once it's on the skin. So this opened up super, super greens, very, very strange. Like it's a very green, like herbal, actually not just herbal, it's more of a vegetal green opening with a backbone of vanilla. And that was just weird to me. I've never smelled anything like that before and I didn't want to smell it anymore. Finally caved in, let her spray it on my skin. I smelt it, I was like, yeah, still don't like it. I knew I wouldn't like it. She was like, walk around, like, you know, carry on shopping and then come back in like about half an hour, 45 minutes, let me know what you think. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna go to another stand. Like, she's wasted my time. So about half an hour later, I was like, just went to sniff my wrist just in case. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was the strangest thing, because it still had that slightly odd to me, just because it's something very new, I hadn't smelled anything like that before. But yeah, it had that slightly odd green vegetal tinge to it, but the vanilla was just the smoothest, most innocent, most comfortable. I wouldn't say it's a comforting vanilla, but it's very much comfortable, it's very much easy to wear. It was the strangest scent, but I just really started to like it. It grew on me so much after that half an hour. Went back to the stand and I was like, okay, you know, have to apologize, you were right, like this is so good. So yeah, the next time they had a sale, I picked it up, I got it. Definitely worth looking into this one if you're looking for a vanilla that's a bit, you know, outside of the usual vanilla realm. Okay, next we have a Tom Ford. So this one is Vanille Fatale. I know a lot of people love this one. I started off really liking it, but now I'm not so sure. Slightly darker, slightly thicker vanilla and rum scent. There's some suede in here as well, which makes it a little bit more robust. It's a lovely smooth suede, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think they could have toned down the suede note in here just a touch, like just the tiniest bit, just to let that sweetness of the rum through a little bit more. Like the rum is 100% like definitely noticeable in here. I just wanted it to be a teeny bit more noticeable, along with the vanilla as well. Amp up that vanilla just a little bit more and have the suede as like a kind of background character, whereas I think the suede is a bit too much for me anyway at the forefront of this fragrance, alongside the rum, the woody kind of notes, and the vanilla. Yeah, I could do with a little bit less suede in here, and I would probably still love this one to this day. I'll still wear it. I've only got like a third of the bottle left, so yeah, I'll wear it till it's finished, but I'm not sure if this one's one I'll repurchase, but definitely one that had to be included in the standout vanilla scents, just where it is so different and it does have such a personality to it. Okay, so this one is my newest vanilla scent. This is Mona di Orio's Vanille, and I think this is the one that knocked Vanille Fatale off its perch of best boozy vanilla for me. This one is a stunning grown-up vanilla scent. It's so warm and spicy. As I said, there's rum, there's vanilla, there's lots of clove as well. This goes onto the skin smelling very, you could say Christmassy. So it does have like a Christmas spice vibe about it, but still manages to retain a perfume smell. You don't end up smelling like a Christmas candle, let's say. You can tell that the quality of the ingredients are like top notch in here as well. They haven't spared any expense, which is why this scent is a little on the expensive side. Probably no more expensive than the others that I've mentioned in this video. I think this one is, I think it's 180 euros, 100% worth the price that they're asking for. It's such an addictive smell, and it hangs around all day, so you won't be, you know, getting through a bottle of this quickly by any means, or at least you shouldn't, because maybe then you will end up smelling like a Christmas candle if you spray way too much of this. But yeah, if you go moderate on the sprays, it's just this beautiful, enveloping, kind of like a spiced Christmas dessert type smell. So wintry. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. So good. Next we have one lots of people have probably heard about. So this one's from Atelier des Ors. It's Lune Feline. This one's another vanilla. It's quite balsamic, but it's another vanilla that's on the drier end. It's definitely warm, a little bit spicy. I think there's some pepper and some cardamom in here. Even though it's quite dry, especially at first, spraying it onto the skin, there's an ever so slight stickiness, which I think is really nicely, it's like a really nice touch. I would describe this one as the perfect winter jumper scent. It's not loud, it's not screechy, it doesn't, you know, the trail doesn't stretch far and wide, but at the same time it's not a skin scent. It's very much a kind of people who are in close quarters to you, like say if you're sharing a lift with someone, they will smell it and it will be the most pleasant smell. This is more of a wintry, comforting vanilla. Like I said, Angélique Noire was a comfortable vanilla, very easy to wear. This one I'd say comforting. I do see comfort in this scent. It's so beautiful. Okay, next we have one from 4160 Tuesdays, and it's the creamy vanilla crumble, but this is the EDT version. And this one is a this scent is a lovely kind of clash between a creamy scent and a dry scent. It's not just dry, but more of like a husky dry scent. So obviously you've got the creaminess coming in from the vanilla, the whipped cream. There's also a note of custard in here as well, which I love. It just, it's so nice. I'd say it adds quite a cozy element to this scent, but then on the flip side of that, you do have a very noticeable note of hay. Sorry, my camera died. So yes, flip side of the creaminess coming in from the vanilla, the custard, and the whipped cream is the drier, slightly, as I said at the beginning, husky, a touch abrasive, for me anyway, note of the hay. So yeah, it's a very true smelling hay note. It threw me off a little bit at first, but I think I've gotten used to it now. Obviously it stops it from just becoming, you know, maybe too sweet and maybe too gourmand of a creamy vanillic scent, which would have been nice as well, but I think the addition of the hay, and also there's tobacco in here as well, kind of gives it a bit more personality, makes it a bit more of a different vanilla. From the name, Creamy Vanilla Crumble, I was expecting to smell just that, just like a lovely, sweet, creamy vanilla scent. And yeah, it is that, but it's also more. And yeah, I really like the kind of interesting touch of the hay in here. It's not too much hay, it doesn't completely overtake the scent, but yeah, it definitely stuck out to me at first, just because obviously I wasn't expecting to smell it. But it's quite strong when you first spray it, when you first spray the fragrance onto your skin, but it definitely quietens down throughout the wear. You're not going to smell like you've been on a farm all day, like nothing like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Next we go on to another one of my favorites, which I only got this one last year, and I know I've smelt this before because I remember this bottle when I got it, and I know I've smelt it and I remember not liking it the first time I smelt it, but I've done a complete 180 and now I'm obsessed with this smell. It is so good. It's obviously Tom Ford's Noir pour Femme. So good, so good. Whenever I wear this, people are constantly asking me what am I wearing. Sometimes the same people that have asked me before. So yeah, it must leave an impression. I just feel like this one is just a very likable scent. Like, I can't see many people disliking the smell of this one. Maybe not liking the smell on themselves, but the smell in general in the air, I can't imagine anyone finding this displeasing in any way. It's, like I said, a very milky dessert type scent. There's lots of vanilla in here, lots of amber, there's touches of citrus as well. I think there's some orange. There's also a note of kulfi, which I didn't know what that was, and that apparently is an Indian dessert. I think it's a milk-based dessert. I'm not too sure what it is, but that's probably lending to the lactonic qualities of this scent. Not too lactonic, because I can't stand a fragrance that is too milky. It just starts to make me feel a bit sick. So it doesn't cross that line. It's just the perfect amount of sweetness, of creaminess, of warmth. There's something ever so slightly boozy in here as well. Oh my gosh, it's so good. This is the perfect night out scent, like, perfect. Okay, and then the last one we have on this list, lucky number 13, is Sylvaine Delacourte's Valkyrie. This one was my hands down favorite from the Vanilla collection. Vahina came second. Valkyrie though was the clear winner. I could not stop sniffing this one. I went through the whole sample and then got it straight away. Stunning citrus, sticky, sweet, caramelized vanilla scent. It's so good. And there is a genius placement of a spearmint note in here as well. Oh my gosh, is it good? Definitely prevents the fragrance from going too far down that sticky, sweet, cloying route. Lifts the fragrance a little bit and gives it another edge, another dimension. It's, oh my gosh, it's so good. But then saying that, I could still see some people potentially finding this one a little bit too sweet for them. So if you don't like your very kind of noticeably sweet, veering down the road of gourmand type scent, best to avoid this one. Actually, if you don't like that, it's probably best to avoid this one as well, because same levels of sweetness, completely different smelling scent, same levels of sweetness. Perfect caramel, vanilla, citrus, and amazing spearmint note that doesn't take over, but like I said, just helps to lift the fragrance just a little bit. So beautiful, so good. Whoever thought of putting that spearmint note in there, and the amount of spearmint they've put in there, absolute genius. Anyway, so that's it. That's my list of 13 standout vanillas. I love this selection, absolutely love it. Obviously I have a few more vanillas as well, love those too, but these are the 13 that will kind of make a statement, that will make you stand out from other people, maybe definitely stand out from the other vanilla scents you may already have in your collection as well. Especially if you love the note of vanilla, love your more wintry scents, in some cases warmer scents as well. Definitely worth checking these out. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed me going through those. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.